Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear honorable examiner and also the supervising lecturer, thank you very much for this opportunity. And today I'm going to present my internship report at Wuhab Coworking Space, or also known as PT Tripura Indah Persada. But first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Dapid Nurdiansyah from Management Study Program, and my role in this internship program at Wuhab Coworking Space was as a marketing officer intern. And to get deeper on my presentation, let me get into detail background and context of the industry that I worked at. So basically, there are two main issues that are happening related to the business background of the company where I conducted my internship. The first one is a massive growth of startups in Indonesia, and also the second is the emerging trends of co-working space as well. And as we know, Indonesia itself is a home to four unicorns: Bukalapak, Tokopedia, Traveloka, OVO, and also a decacorn Gojek, and a total of around 2,250 startups that currently take place. And this massive growth brings Indonesia into rank fifth among the countries with the most startups in the world, preceded by the USA, India, United Kingdom, and also Canada. And speaking about startups and also the co-working space, let's start with the question: uh, why actually people thrive in a co-working space? There are several considerations why people thrive in a co-working space. From Harvard Business Review, they said co-working space consists of members who work for a range of different companies, ventures, and projects. Working amidst people doing different kinds of work can also make one's own work identity stronger. And then, in a specific context, why startup companies choose co-working space as their initial office? It's very logical, actually. And from universitylabpartners.org, I found three big reasons why startups thrive in co-working space. Those are extensive amenities because they provide all of the amenities they would expect from an office without requiring the startup or entrepreneur to rent or buy the stuff. The main amenities that are available in most co-working spaces include private conference room, desk space, coffee area, kitchens, high-speed internet, shared printer and shelf space, and etc. And the second, improved culture. Another reason that co-working spaces are ideal for startups and entrepreneurs is that they offer a more professional environment compared to what's available in a home or a coffee shop. For entrepreneurs who don't have the money to rent office space, co-working spaces are also offer an energetic and elec- electric atmosphere that oftentimes makes it easier to work and reach business goals. And the third one, lower costs. The lower costs associated with co-working spaces provide startups with a great place to develop their idea into a services or products that can be taken to the market, whether they are in the midst of conducting market research or need to test their theories. The lower costs of working spaces allow them to obtain high-end equipment and premium amenities without needing to break the bank. So, what exactly does a co-working space provide? There's at least standard elements. There are standard elements. Well, if we can say it as a standard that usually co-working space provide, such as spacious and open working area, comfortable and functional furniture, premium technology, conference and call rooms, and also a spare kitchen area. So basically, those kind of elements usually provided by a co-working space, so that people and startup companies choose co-working space to be the place they meet for working and process their projects. And speaking about startup and co-working space, actually having a positive relationship, because if we look out today, there are quite a number of notable companies that also co-working space alumni who started their businesses from co-working space. These are three of them: Uber, Instagram, Spotify, the companies that uh, we see today. And how about the co-working space today? Is it still relevant? Since the pandemic hit and changed a lot of things, yeah, we all know that the COVID-19 outbreak affects many business industries, especially those that provide physical services, include co-working space. This is obviously a big challenge for this kind of business, but interestingly, the survey conducted by co-working resources regarding the co-working space business in the long term after COVID-19, they say in a post-COVID-19 world, these statistics make it easy to predict that co-working will become even more mainstream, especially since companies are shifting to remote first workforces. Demand will mainly come from larger organizations and enterprises looking to decentralize their workforces into smaller branch offices and remote teams into private flex offices. That demand will be led primarily by private offices, followed by dedicated desks and meeting rooms for non-members, will take the longest to fully recover. And in the long run, all offices will potentially turn into flexible on-demand spaces. And in spite of the challenges faced by many co-working space players in 2020, the potential for the co-working industry to grow and evolve has never been higher, as we can see in the screen. So after got deeper on this industry, let's talk about the company where I conducted my internship period for 3 months as a marketing officer intern. The company name is Wuhab Co-working Space. Well, Wuhab Co-working Space founded in 2017 as a part of Wirausaha Building, or also known as PT Tripura Indah Persada, located in Rasuna Said, Kuningan Central Business District. Emphasizing collaboration and affordability, WooHub is bringing curated events to startups where they can learn to grow the business to its maximum potential. So basically, there are several value propositions that WooHub has. WooHub was funded with their mission to build ecosystem supporting successful startups. They offer three main aspects. The first one is mentoring, providing users and clients sustainable learning place for startups with sharing sessions, social events, and business mentorship programs. And the second one, funding, because we have also partnered up with Angel Investor Network Indonesia, or ANGIN, as an exposure to the investors. And also collaboration, because WooHub itself also actively looking for new partnerships and for the tenants, communities, and also the clients. Here are the members and also the alumnus who usually you will use to in the WooHub co-working space. And this is the organizational structure. Like many other startups or modern company, WooHub also adapting the lean organizational structure with the intention of reducing or eliminating the hierarchy so that the businesses can encourage better information sharing across the organization and stakeholders. It's a standard way to analyze a company's marketing strategy by dissecting the 7 elements of P in the company that is also known as marketing mix. So let's start with the first one. It's product. As a workspace provider, obviously, WooHub offers any kind of working space to support companies, individual workers, also freelancers that while doing their job. Therefore, WooHub provide a number of rooms, include 6 private offices, 2 meeting rooms, 2 event space, and 1 giant shared desk, and also uh, virtual office services, as we can see on the screen. So let's jump to the next element, which is the price. Due to WooHub segmenting the startups, early stage enterprises, and also freelancers, which is also stated in their positioning statements that emphasize collaboration and affordability. WooHub offers not only an affordable price, but also a strategic location, so make it perfect for startups or freelancers who are growing their business directions, projects, and also networks. The next element would be place. Situated in Rasuna Said, Kuningan Central Business District, at the same building with Gedung Wirausaha. The strategic location and affordable price make it perfect for startups who are growing their business tractions and also network. Not particularly only on the location, but also the accessibility of WooHub co-working space. Due to WooHub located in Central Business District, it is quite easy to go there because the access location also supported by several public facilities such as MRT, Transjakarta, Komuter Line, shopping center, and also the hospital. And after getting the context of the product, price, and also the place, the next question is how does WooHub communicate its services to the customers through promotional tools and activities? Actually, there are 3 main tools and programs in WooHub promotion strategy in general. The first one is website. So they've got their own website named woohub.id. The second is through social media, specifically in Instagram with username woohub.id. And the third one, also their event marketing programs include uh, Woopreneur, Workshop, and Collabpreneur. So, since the pandemic hit, WooHub is eagerly activating its digital presence through social media contents and building an online community in order to adapt to the situation. So, that also affected my objective role at work at the time. And then, how about the business process that applies at WooHub co-working space? Well, actually, it's not a rocket science and or in a complex way because the business process was pretty simple, which consists of 3 steps to get or deliver the services. The first one, users have to make an order via website, Instagram, or maybe through phone call. And then customer service will check the working room availability and send the confirmation to the users. After the availability confirmation, users finish the payments according to the price card, and then voila, users can use the room and services. And the next, how about the people? As I've mentioned previously, that WooHub adopts lean organization concept that affects the people involved where WooHub itself consists of 4 active employees in the management plus 1 CEO in the top management. So that they really empowered the intern officers who characteristically having keen interest in digital platforms and startups, which also makes sense since WooHub also related to that activities. And the last one of the element, the P element is physical evidence, which also pretty simple to define that WooHub itself as a co-working room provider. So the physical evidence also consists of their place as the main product. And also we can mention their event marketing program as I've displayed the logos on the screen and also the logo of the company. There are WooHub, uh, also Woopreneur, Workshop, Collabpreneur, which later on the next slide, I will give more explanation about that. So now let's jump into the implementation of job that I conducted at work. My objective role basically consists of designing communication materials, social media content, and building partnerships and also managing social media. And speaking about the tasks and also projects, as I've mentioned previously, there are three marketing activities that we have conducted, and they are social media content, event marketing, and also community building. So there are Woopreneur is basically a community formed by WooHub co-working space aims to build collaboration opportunities and supportive entrepreneurial ecosystem among entrepreneurs. And the second is Workshop, is an online workshop series from WooHub co-working space, which focuses on business and creative industries. And the third one is Collabpreneur. It's a collaborative project presented by WooHub Co-working Space in collaboration with DKI Jakarta government to support the empowerment of small and medium enterprises. So in a specific way, I will explain my role in a Woopreneur, the first project. My specific job in this project series was to conceptualize, create promotional materials, and also execute the events. Conceptualize, including brainstorming and deciding the ideal topic for each edition of Woopreneur activities. And also promotional materials include designing a poster, slides, and crafting copywritings. And the last one, executing the event, getting involved in operational tasks during the events as master of ceremony or icebreaker. So the next one, this is the workflow. Actually, how I I did my job to get it done. So the second one, workshop, is basically an online workshop. My specific job in this project series was to still to conceptualize and create promotional materials, include designing promotional poster and a branding logo of workshop that I made, the logo, and slides, and also crafting the copywritings. And the new one is acquiring QOLs partnerships, which also I built a special partnership with key opinion leaders or nano to micro influencers to involve in the events. And the last one of the big project, one of the WooHub's big project is the Collabpreneur. Basically, still the same, conceptualize, and the other new one is acquiring strategic partnerships. In this term, sponsorship, acquiring sponsors partnership, build a strategic partnership with QOLs, startups, and also the governments to support the projects, and also executing the events. I get to get involved in operational tasks during the event as a technical operator to run this semi-hybrid event. So this is also the workflow, how the project start and until the project is done. And the last one, uh, during the internship program at WooHub Coworking Space, basically quite often to facilitate me in offering some initiatives and inputs to make some improvements, such as during the last week I worked at Web Working Space. One of the manager asked me to join in their weekly meeting to specifically talk about what programs and marketing activities that can be executed in the next period. And suddenly I remember that I've just finished a design thinking workshop at that time, and also used that framework when I was digging some new ideas in my personal project with my team. So I thought, why didn't I implement this framework at Wuhab Working Space as well? And fortunately, my manager really opens about it and let me participate in the meeting and use the design thinking framework in order to generate some new ideas to support their programs and marketing strategies. And the ideas generated were also quite diverse, and glad that I know they are currently implementing one of the ideas that we dug up at the time. The challenges and how did I overcome it? As usual in a working set, there are some conditions that become challenges at work. At the same time, it's actually a learning process. So how about the challenges? And I've summarized a few things about the challenges and how I did overcome it. So pandemic, COVID-19, and social limitation, it's one of the challenges that I turned out just doing work from home for quite some time isn't that good for the well-being, obviously. And the second one is take over job and overload multitask. Someone was leaving and forced me to do his jobs. That's one of the challenges that I faced. And third one, time in project management. The show must go on, but the preparation was really in a short time. So how did I overcome those kind of challenges? Work from home and also work from office scam. I think this mixed schedule quite helped me to get the works done well. So thanks for the management so that I can work in two scheme of schedule, which is work from home and also work from office. And second that I overcome is my priority management. Important to understand which of work needs to be done first and then can move after to the next job. And daily to-do list to be able to know which job is priority. I think it's started from the to-do list that I made. So making a daily to-do list is really helped me a lot to not only to make the job done, but also maintaining my focus and also be realistic and lowering expectation. It's important to know which when we have to pivot the plan and adapt with the new concept. Even it has to be simplifying our execution. So at the time, we adjust the budget and also the concept in order to project running well. And the rest of build template for content tasks and also daily to-do list that matters. So here comes the conclusion. The first one, digital presence and community are matter. And also digital content should be measured. We are not only knowing how to create content, but also understand what audiences want by measuring it, the effectivity through data. And also QOLs and or influencers are not Raffi Ahmad and friends only, but understanding there are many other types of influencers, like a nano to micro influencer and etc., who can also help promote effective promotions to build audience awareness within still within our business budget. Fourth, business partnership should be value driven because the importance of articulating the value and benefits that we offer are really valuable in building a partnership with brands and also the government. And the last one, triple constraint in project management. Doing a project should be measurable in every way, including the scope, time, and also the cost. And I learned it as a triple constraint concept in the project management. The feedback, I think the feedback for WooHub Coworking Space itself perhaps provide in-depth competency training on related role so that students can sharpen their competencies in these fields. And the second is improve the effective meeting because sometimes it takes too long. And need more social media officer, I guess. Due to WooHub social media, it's managed by marketing and marketing role and community officer. That would be better if WooHub having specialized social media officer so that the communication strategy will be managed consistently and also interactively. And recommendation for my university, Universitas Negeri Jakarta, perhaps link and match with industries. Provide information and direction regarding internship activities so that students get a big picture and better understanding regarding the internship role that they want to do. And utilization of digital signature make it easier through tandatangan.io, which has been and being used and popularized by one of the lecturers at the Faculty of Economics, namely Mr. Sandi Aditya, BIB and PBS. I think everyone should begin to consider it because it makes it easier. And the last one for students, I think a good opportunity comes with a good preparation. Not only prepare for the mental and documents required, but also the skills and learning needs. Because doing an advanced research regarding the role and make it a list of competencies that we want to learn during the internship period is really matter. And don't be afraid to take initiative during at work because understanding and obeying the standard procedure are a must, but being proactive and bringing some new fresh ideas to the work is a plus as long as it is relevant with the company's objective, so why not? Finally, we have come to the end of this presentation. Thank you for watching this video, especially for the examiner and also the supervising lecturer. So thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.